morning, good afternoon, and good evening, folks around the world. Welcome to a very special episode of Hangin at Inti HQ, live at Inti Creates headquarters in beautiful Chiba, Japan. I am your host, Inti Creates producer and localization director, Matt Papa. To my far right over there is a fine gentleman who goes by the name of, what was that again?
Andrew Singleton, localizer here at Inti Creates. We're having a very special good one today.
We are, and front and center
Thank you.
is my man, our guest of the day, the man of the hour.
Man, you guys have such good energy already. I wasn't expecting. You were just talking like really politely, and then you brought it out. Presenter, that was amazing. All right, let's do it.
The man himself, Mr. CDawgVA.
Hi.
My new friend Connor. How you doing,
Hi,
bud?
nice to meet you. I'm doing good. I'm good. I'm excited to play some games that aren't the games that I'm addicted to, and try out some new ones. It'll be fun.
Yeah, it's great to have you here, man.
Yeah.
I've been looking forward to the stream for a long time, and
me too.
we are here. We're in it. We haven't had a guest in years, right,
Wow,
Andrew?
I can't even.
Well, you're not allowed to see people for the past 2 years.
I know,
Yeah,
right? Yeah,
that's-
so it was definitely in the before times. It was the last time we had a
right.
guest here at Hangin at NTHQ. So it's very great to have you
Oh,
here.
yeah,
And,
I'm excited.
yeah, how you been, man? What's been going on in the world of Connor? You doing
Good.
good?
Good.
You doing-
Just trying not to be addicted to video games, but maybe I'll find a new one today, hopefully. No, just trying to stay on top of things, you know, trying to work all the time and to
Yeah.
get more voice acting gigs as well.
Oh, I'm glad we could have you here today. You know, with
problem.
we've been Andrew and I we've been going full tilt on that Luminous Avenger X2, which is the reason
yeah.
why I hope some of you guys are here
Yeah.
today. It's
Good
only
plan.
like six weeks to go. 6 weeks to go, 7 weeks
that
to go
sounds about
until the game comes out. And yeah, like, man, like I said, I've just been looking forward to this day so much, and like
Me too.
I am so glad that you guys could all be here. Welcome all of you new chatters. I see a lot of new faces in here. Thank you so
Yeah.
much for joining us today. We're really glad you're here.
Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of emotes. I love to see it.
Yeah, your emotes are amazing.
They're
Thank
really
you.
I
good.
love the animated ones are so good.
Look at
Like, man,
Yeah.
we need to get some Inti
You
emotes
get
up
some
in here.
animated emotes,
I
yeah.
don't know if we can get to that level. They look so good.
Someone said Connor looks like he just woke up. That is true. I'm ready to. This is the peak gamer hours, right? You wake up, you roll out of bed, you play some games. What's more gamer than that?
No, you are here. You're looking the part. You are ready to go,
I'm ready,
my
I'm
man.
ready.
But yeah, we are here to talk about Luminous Avenger X2, which, as some of you know, is a part of the flagship Inti Creates IP known as Azure Striker Gunvolt. So, like,
Right.
and you are an esteemed gamer, man.
Yeah, I do my fair share of gaming. I think that's fair to say.
Now-
I haven't played many of these games though.
Yeah, I was saying, I'm curious. Like, have you heard of the Gunvolt games before? Like, have you?
Yeah,
Has these crossed your path at some point in time?
I think being in like the anime sphere and the otaku sphere, you
Yes.
definitely come across it, and some of the other properties as well that you guys have produced. I've definitely seen as well.
I'm honored.
Yeah. So I have seen the game, and I know that specifically with Luminous Avenger, the people I know who play it swear by this game.
Really?
But
Yeah.
I think not a lot of people know about it as much as they should. So hopefully we can change that. That'd be fun as
That
well.
would be wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, like, we at Inti Creates, you know, we've been around for over 25 years now at this point. Jeez Louise, what is
it's a-
time anymore? I
A lot
don't even
older
know.
than you think.
That's how old I am.
Like, you know, our thing, you know, I think most people know us for our 2D action games. You
Yeah.
know, the side scrolly, jumping, shooting, a whole lot of other stuff too. You know, we've been doing those since Mega Man Zero came out for the Game Boy Advance all the way back in 2001. That was only like 10 years ago, right?
No, definitely.
You know,
Lord.
we've been doing those, and yeah, we've been doing our Gunvolt series since 2014, and you know, this is our bread and butter. This is what we
Yeah.
like to do, and you know, Luminous Avenger X2 is a direct sequel to the first game, which is gonna get a little deep for a second here, but it's
Okay,
kind of
hit me
like,
with it. Give me the lore, give me the lore.
Because Luminous Avenger X is a spin-off of the main
Gunvolt
series.
series,
You've
right,
got Gunvolt 1, we've got Gunvolt 2, and then Luminous Avenger X kind of goes down here on a brand new timeline.
Okay.
Yeah, and then now what we're here to talk about today, Luminous Avenger X2, is a direct continuation of that.
Right. Okay.
But what is nice about these, what's nice especially about Luminous Avenger is that you don't have to be like a Gunvolt lore expert to kind of jump into this game and really sort of like understand it. Like it's a game you can very much pick up and play.
Right.
Especially even X2, which, due to its plot reasons, is actually a kind of a new world.
New.
Even. It's a new world. Like, it's brand new pretty much even to people who are familiar with the series, so it's actually a great jumping in point.
Yeah, no, it really is. Like, because the one thing about the Gunvolt games is that they're very much, for a 2D side-scrolling action game, they're pretty story-oriented.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm sure the viewers will be laughing now, because I'm notorious for being terrible with story.
Oh, really?
But I do like the gameplay formula. I've played a bunch of the Mega Man games before, so I do like it. I love the challenge of these types of games.
Okay.
So hopefully I can get into it from there. But I'll try and give it the story. I'll try and pay attention with all of my brain cells for once.
Well, that's all we ask. Is
Yeah, I will.
give it a shot.
What are some of the Mega Man games you played back in the day?
I had Mega Man 2, I think, which is, I think, the one where everyone was praising as being like the perfect sequel to Mega Man 1 at the time.
Sure.
I remember I didn't get very far and I got very frustrated because I was like 10 years old and I was dumb.
It's hard. Those games are hard as a kid.
Yeah, and I remember I played 11, the newer one, and I was not good at it at all. I was not good. Thank God I didn't stream it because I think people would have laughed at me.
I don't know. Well, I think that actually works in your favor because, like, one of the points we always make with the Gunvolt series is that we want people of all skill levels to be able to enjoy these games, whether you're like a 2D action game super pro gamer guy, or you've never touched a 2D action game before in your life and you kind of want to just experience the story.
Yeah.
Because like I know Andrew, you came into the series as like a fan, right? Like you played these games before you joined the company, so like
2D side-scrolling action shootings.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I've played all the old Rockmans and Mega Men's pretty much.
So like, how would you compare like those kind of more classic, more grueling, punishing 2D action experience with like what Gunvolt kind of presents to you?
I think just one of the best features of Gunvolt is you can play it pretty much with it whichever way you want. Like as an expert, there's so many different things you can turn on and like challenges you can impose on yourself, and the game rewards all of that. But if you just want to play through the story, which like, I think when I first joined the company, I hadn't finished any of the Gunvolt games, so I crammed them in like
Crash
my first
course,
week or so.
go.
Yeah, and I obviously wanted to pay attention to the story as much as I could, but I didn't necessarily want to get stuck on the game because like, I was at work. I didn't want to make it like too grueling. So I took my time with the story, but didn't like necessarily challenge a lot of it, but I still had tons of fun playing it. So I just made my way through, soaked in all that delicious lore and quite a bit of sadness too, but and then enjoy the gameplay.
My heartstrings.
You're saying Inti creates games have sad endings? What? What?
I say
I
it's
thought
a feature.
I thought Gunvolt and Mega Man Zero and all that stuff were like the portraits of happy endings, rainbow sunshine.
Every once in a while, I guess.
One of my favorite game series of all time is Metal Slug by.
Good stuff.
So
You're a man of good taste.
Yeah, I do love
For sure.
the
You're a man of good taste.
Hopefully, I'll find a new game series to form myself.
Well, you know what? I think we've talked enough about what Luminous Avenger X and the Gunvolt series and all that brings to the table. But I think it's better to show these good folks rather than just talk about it all day, right?
Yeah, of course.
So I think it is about time for all you good folks. Let's roll that Luminous Avenger X2 trailer. You can get a look at exactly what we're talking about. Let's go ahead and roll that. We rolling. We rolling. We rolling. We're doing it. I was just gonna keep doing it.
Break into the new apex of 2D action. Switch your power into overdrive with the brake shift.
Lola, limiters off.
The Luminous Avenger X Copen is back. The new Razor Wheel delivers unmatched destructive power to complement Copen's high-speed maneuverability. Rip through hordes of enemies in brake shift mode to activate overdrive. In overdrive, your bullet shift mode is capable of intense combat at breakneck speed. The Muse of Hope Lola is powered up with more charm than ever. She replicates the attacks of defeated bosses and supports you in combat with EX weapons. With the help of a new partner, No, will Copen be able to return to his home world.
Jeez, that was so messed up. You guys left me a null behind. I'm sure the data is all there. I'll do my best to help you find it.
Getting ready! I'm gonna roast you.
Stinger turret! Hope you have an umbrella.
Obliteration blast! This is it for you! operation!
Rigid stasis! Freeze!
Twin meteor burst! Dance like falling stars.
What lies in wait in a parallel world where only robots exist? Luminous Avenger X2. Available January 27th, 2022. Inti creates.
What? What? Wait a second. This game has an English dub?
But the last game didn't have English, right?
No.
Okay. Yeah.
How'd you like that, ladies and gentlemen? For the very first time, you folks have got to see it. Luminous Avenger X2, English voiceover. It is happening.
Oh yes.
Yay.
I'm so excited. Yeah, and I'm honored to be able to play one of the bosses.
Yeah,
it's
it all is coming together now.
Yeah.
What is Connor doing on this stream?
I'm here. I'm voicing Dayside, right?
You
So,
are.
yeah.
You are. Man, it's so awesome, and
I'm
we've been
excited.
building up to this for months. I've
Yeah, I
been
don't even know
waiting
what
for
to say.
months
You know.
to showcase this to you guys, and here we are. I really hope that you enjoyed what you heard. But before we get into anything else, I want to take a minute to introduce the cast and introduce the characters, so you guys know who we got coming up in this game. So let's get first off our main man, the Luminous Avenger himself, our boy Copen. Where's Copen at? Let's get Copy up on the screen. There he is, voiced by the one and only Mr. Alejandro Saab.
What hasn't this man voiced in? This man voices in everything. He's so talented.
Does.
He's really good.
He
He's
is
really good.
insanely talented.
Yeah.
He's a super swell dude.
Yeah.
And he's a Gunvolt fan.
Winning. We're just winning.
Winning,
Gunvolt fans are winning
Alejandro,
today.
getting it done. like when I found out, like I am familiar with his work and a lot of other people in this cast from their work from Fire Emblem Three Houses.
Oh yes, I just
big
noticed that.
cast.
Yes.
A lot of them are here.
Yes, and he did such an amazing job there, and he was an absolute delight to work with. This whole cast, each and every one of you, was an absolute delight to work with. Like this is the first time I ever got to direct English voiceover. This is the first time in any Inti Creates self-published game. There have been games that we've developed that have had English voiceover in the past.
Right.
But as far as the ones that we've made and published ourselves, this is the first time ever.
Yeah.
So it's a big
not
deal
seem
for
like
us.
much,
This
but yeah,
is
it's
this is
like-
a big.
it's
This
pretty
is like a
huge.
milestone moment.
Yeah, I'm feeling your excitement. It's like you're so hyped for this.
Can you feel it? Can you? Oh,
I
God.
just turned up and voiced it.
Yeah, it's so awesome, and Alejandro knocked it out of the park as Copen. You got to hear a little bit of it there. You got a lot more to hear as the game goes on, but yeah, he did an amazing job. And it would not be Copen without his super cute, amazing sidekick, Lola.
Right, of course.
Let's bring up Lola. Let's show her there. She is voiced by the legendary Miss Cassandra Lee Morris.
Yeah, you were mentioning that you really wanted.
I
Cassandra to do
did.
this.
So, like, when I was thinking about this cast, and like I was trying to go, especially like the main characters, your Copens, your Lolas, and stuff like that. For whatever reason, because I'm familiar with her work. Like I said, she did Fire Emblem. I know her best as Edea from Bravely Default.
Oh, okay.
She did an amazing job as Edea, and that's one of my fiance's favorite like game characters ever.
Oh,
And
perfect.
her performances that she's done, it was such a perfect fit for Lola. And then when she agreed to do it and she started doing the voices, I was like, yes,
Perfect.
this is exactly what I wanted.
really
This is
good.
perfect. Yeah, she absolutely crushed it. And yeah, it was absolutely wonderful. Let's get moving to our next returning character from Luminous Avenger X1, Kohaku, voiced by the one and only Kira Buckland.
I mean, Kira's a legend.
She is a legend, and
Also voiced of JoJo.
and she's JoJo now. Like what?
I mean, yeah, Jolene,
What?
right? Legend.
Like what I love about that is that like JoJo and Kohaku are in like two different like
Right.
universes in
Yeah.
terms
JoJo
of like the kind
finds
of
a way to always be connected to everything.
right.
So-
Like it's wild. Like I absolutely love it. No, she absolutely turned it out as Kohaku. Kohaku is very much like that sort of ray of sunshine, kind of brings the group together sort of character. And she brought that energy so well. And yeah, and now she's JoJo.
Yeah, I mean,
good job, Kira. You did it.
Kira's been voice acting for like forever, and Kira's just so good at it. I've never heard Kira like not nail it. Kira's so good.
Like,
really good.
Like she only knows how to nail it. That's what the super pros do.
I hate it how someone can be that good. It's so annoying. It's like, stop it. You're making it harder for everyone else.
And now we have the new cast of most of the people here are new characters for this game, and I guess the new heroine on the scene. Let's bring up Null. Let's bring up Null. Where is Null? There she is, voiced by Miss Natalie Rose Hoover, who did an amazing job because Null is she's quiet, she's super sweet, you know, she's like the precious little saints that you just want to protect. And she just wants everyone to be happy and good.
Okay.
And
stop the fighting. No violence.
Yeah, pretty much.
Right.
Yeah, and Natalie absolutely brought that energy to Null, and she brings that whole the hero group. She really rounds them out and really truly brings them all together. She absolutely does. So great job, Natalie. You absolutely crushed it. And now we get to move on to the boss characters. If there's one thing that the Gunvolt games have done over time was we always have new boss characters, and they are some of the most beloved characters in all of Gunvolt world.
More than the main characters?
Sometimes, yeah.
Sometimes.
Really? Wow.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Any Inti fam, Gunvolt faithful in the chats can definitely justify that for sure. But yeah, let's meet the boss cast. We're gonna start with Vespa. Let's bring up Vespa. Let's bring up Miss Vespa. There she is.
Oh, really cool. Yeah.
Voiced by Brittany Cox, who absolutely delivered. Because Vespa, Andrew, how would you describe Vespa? I know you're a fan.
Oh, she's good. She's kind of like high class, but she's kind of maybe beneath the surface, kind of like maybe a little immature.
She's kind of a little hellion under the surface.
Yeah, wants to be more reserved and calm, but
she puts on like the I am the Ojo-sama, the princess, fancy pants lady, as it were.
Like an inferiority complex. Over her propellers.
But yeah, you know,
low tech.
She's very old school. She has old school mechanisms.
Don't let her.
You know, in a world of like super powerful, technology, you know, she's kind of old school with that. And Brittany absolutely delivered that snooty, like, I am better than you and I'm going to beat you up for your transgressions performance. She absolutely nailed it.
Oh yeah.
That energy's hard to bring.
True.
And she did it. Fantastic, Brittany. You absolutely brought it. Let's move on to Vespa's brother.
Oh.
The one and only Autochrome. Let's bring up Autochrome. Take a look at him. Voiced by Mr. Damon Mills.
Yeah, Damon Mills has done so much voice work as well. Damon's in like everything nowadays.
Oh, is he really?
Yeah, he's pretty good.
Yeah, he did a fantastic job. Autochrome, I would guess, he's kind of like the polar opposite of Vespa.
Yeah, I mean, he's the source of her inferiority complex.
Yes.
So he's got all the high-tech optical weaponry, and she's got the conventional weapons.
Yeah, she's got missiles and propeller, he's got jets and lasers.
Yeah.
Right, so is Autochrome stronger than Vespa?
So that's the irony is that he's not.
That's the thing.
Really?
It's just like it's kind of like a theming, set
right
on them. It's not actually like anything to do with their power level, but they're not really aware of that.
Oh.
So that's like the grand irony there. It's very good.
You guys are tricking me into caring about stories here.
That's
all part of our master plan.
That's the Gunvolt problem.
I don't need that.
Oh my goodness. So yeah, Damon did absolutely fantastic. Everyone did a fantastic. I'm gonna say this like 8,000 times, so just bear with me. But they really did. Moving right along to Brigade. Let's bring up Brigade here. Who's VA may actually be lurking in chat. I'm not gonna call you out if you don't want me to, but I think I saw you in there. And bud, you did. Mr. Steve Warkey Nunez did an absolutely fantastic job as Brigade. Brigade is a very hard character to cast.
The character design from what I'm seeing there, I didn't know what voice I would put with it.
Exactly,
initially.
that's what everybody had. He was the last person that they cast for the Japanese side, like, because normally the Japanese cast is cast way before the English one.
Normally, yeah.
And Brigade was actually cast in English first because it was that much of a challenge to find the right fit for his voice. But Warky absolutely brought it. Like,
I love it.
He threaded that needle of, because Brigade, he's like, they're all robots, but they're like hundreds of ancient years old. But he looks like he's kind of a small guy.
Yeah, I was gonna say, he looks very timid.
Yeah. He's not timid. He's the polar opposite of
Will
timid.
not be
Right,
timid.
yeah.
That's what's funny. But Brigade, Warky, he found that sweet spot, and he absolutely drove it home. So Warky, if you're still around, great job, dude. You crushed it, man. You did an absolutely fantastic job as Brigade. Let's go over next to Hail. Let's take a look at Hail. By a one and only Jen Losi. She is so sweet. Oh my god, I loved working with Jen, and she brought that. How would you describe Hale, Andrew?
She's, like, super laid back. Like, that's the whole. She
Yeah.
wants to go to sleep. She wants, she's a little upset you woke her up, that sort of thing. But she's still gonna crush you.
She's got sleepy like Onesan energy.
I love
Yeah,
the
yeah.
art design there.
It's great.
That's like awesome. I love that.
Yeah, she's the sleepy, frosty, kind of big sister character type.
Yeah, she takes her time talking, but when she's in battle, she's not holding back.
Awesome.
Yeah, she's probably one of my favorites. She was one of my favorites just to write for and like kind of bring her to life. And I don't think that people haven't really seen much of Hale yet.
No, I think it might be new to some people watching the stream.
Yeah, it
They've been
definitely might be
watching
new to some
every
people because
time.
we've introduced some of these characters already on like previous streams. But Hale is one we haven't really got to talk about much.
No.
But yeah, so I hope you enjoy. And we'll talk about some of the characters that we haven't done full intros on more in upcoming streams as we get closer to the release of the game. So definitely look out for more from Hale and the amazing performance that that Jen brought to Hale. Hale has gone you. Yes, that's true. Yes. Everybody's in Genshin now, right? I think it's just everybody who does a voice ever is pretty much in Genshin now at this point.
I guess, yeah. I need to get there.
When are you going to be in Genshin, dude? You gotta...
They had a character called Connor. They didn't ask me. I was really.
Are you serious?
It was just a man who made wine.
I
want to make wine.
There.
It's-
Come on,
I know,
come
I
on,
know.
Genshin, get it together. You
Can't believe
you
it.
missed your boat.
Well, one of these days we'll be rolling for Connor.
I'll be a slime, honestly. I'll take it. I'll take what I can get.
Brilliant, I love it. Now the next character we have not introduced at all anywhere. You are seeing him for the first time. Let's bring up our man Ace, voiced by the one and only Mr. Aaron Hansen.
Eco-Raptor.
Eco-Raptor
You might know
himself.
that, right?
Bringing his talents to Ace. He's the last character of the boss group that we haven't really got a chance to showcase to these fine folks yet. But
It's very strong.
he is very strong. How would you describe Ace?
He is stone cold.
Okay.
Just
Ice.
stone.
He's icier than Hale.
Yeah, absolutely. 100%.
He's icier than the
That's
ice
an awful
character.
Like, I'm sure we'll talk about it more, but
Yeah, we will.
I do like his backstory a lot as well. But we'll kind of save a little bit of that. I think.
Yeah. We don't want to divulge too much, but Aaron brought the energy which. You need that energy, but it's a very different kind when you're that. But Aaron did an amazing job. I've known Aaron for years now. Super sweet, amazing dude, and it was awesome to have him in the game. Thanks, buddy. You did great. And finally, the man of the hour, the boss of the hour.
Thank you.
Let's bring up Dayside. There he is. Let's bring him up. Dayside. There he is.
That's me.
This guy right here. This guy.
It's weird seeing my own picture. It's way more
There's like
handsome than me.
double Connor action going on over here. I love it.
Me when I've showered, right?
I love it. No, dude, you
Thank you.
absolutely brought it.
It was fun.
You delivered like Dayside.
Just killed it.
An absolute bona fide badass.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
fun.
And you brought it, man.
Yeah,
You brought it,
I don't
dude.
even know what to say.
We're just gonna praise the crap out of you until you know.
We'll wait till it's all out. Everyone else can praise it.
But no, seriously, dude, you absolutely brought it. You did an amazing job with Dayside, and that's kind of what I want to kind of transition to you next. Is just like like I want to hear, and I'm sure they would love to hear too, just like what it was like voicing this character, and like just I kind of just take a few minutes, and I would love to just kind of chat with you about it. Like
it's fun. I mean, they first of all, because I'm British, I sound extremely British. I'm normally always a pompous British guy, which I'm fine with, because that's basically me in real life.
Yeah.
So that's fine. But it was really fun getting through Dayside. It was just like, okay, finally I can use my deep voice for something that I can really project some power.
You surprised me when you first like. I'm like, all right, let's give it a test run. What do you got? And you did like just like a test run. I'm like.
Yeah.
All right, man. Yes,
well,
I am feeling this.
It's the meme that I don't voice act anymore, because I'm too busy doing YouTube. But I can actually do it when I get a chance. I do love doing it, and I love getting to do different voices. People don't hear my normal voice.
Because you also like, you know, I remember one of the first things you asked me is like, do you want a British accent or an American accent?
Right.
Now, like, what is it like as a British person turning that off for a hot minute to do the thing?
Yeah,
is that hard?
Yeah, when you have a script, it's way easier. You know, when someone asks you in person, it's like, hey, just give me an American accent. It's like, okay, I'm going to sound really stereotypical. But if I have a script and I can go through each word and really be like, okay, this is how you pronounce it.
Right, yeah.
I can take a while to get like, you know, I pronounce it correctly. It's okay, it's fine. It's still nerve-wracking though, because because you're an American.
Right, sure.
When I'm reading my American accent to Americans, I'm like, just tell me I've messed it up. Just tell me that's not how you say donut.
No, I feel like that is hard because I do feel like folks in the UK can speak with an American accent much easier than folks from America can speak with an authentic sounding British accent.
It definitely takes some work to be convincing, I think. I think a lot of people have their first instinct is not going to be great.
Yeah. I mean, I think when people hear Dayside, they might not associate it to me. They might not think it's my voice.
I mean,
I
wouldn't have even guessed.
You have a naturally deep voice to begin with, but you dialed it up to 11 for our man Dayside here. Like,
I guess if we get to see it later, we'll see what the viewers think. But yeah, I don't know. For me, it's like it doesn't sound like me when I hear it. But then again, I don't know.
I was gonna say because when the character that you voice is kind of so. Like there's a hint of you in there, like you're not.
There is. If you know my voice a lot, you can definitely pick it out.
But like, does it feel kind of like surreal and weird to hear it back when it's so different from what you normally just speak?
Whenever I do American voices, I always get freaked out when I hear it back.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that is me. I can sound like that.
Just hardly recognize yourself.
Right. Yeah, I did a thing a while back for an indie movie where I was like this American killer from somewhere, and it was very almost similar registry, but almost deeper than Dayside.
Wow,
and it was like really,
the fact that you can
really
go deeper
odd.
than that is impressive.
Yeah, my voice didn't appreciate it. I was in pain the next day. But yeah, it was really weird hearing it back and being like, I can hear my voice, but like just like picking out little bits of it.
Okay. No, that makes sense. So like, if somebody, I'm always curious about this. If someone's just like, hey, all right, Connor, do an American accent. What?
I can't.
You don't have to do it. You don't have to do it.
Thank God, please.
You don't have to do it. But like, I feel like a lot of people go to kind of like, hey, dude.
Yeah.
Like kind of like a surfer bum.
Yeah,
dude.
you do.
I feel like that's super common. Is that like a thing? Because I feel like that's super common.
I think British people do. All like the Texan cowboy man-esque.
Oh, like a yeehaw type of.
Yeah, yeehaw. You know, terrible. You know, that kind of awful impression. But when you. The good thing about accents is that they generally follow a set like rules. Like
they do.
You can learn where to place your tongue or where to, or certain words that have specific pronunciations. You can kind of learn how to use them, and kind of in a professional setting, you can kind of have that time and the luxury of time to go through it and make sure you can have 2 or 3 takes and really get it to sound American, hopefully.
No, it's true. Like you're hitting all of my I'm a former linguistics major in college. You're hitting all the notes, like the phonology and the physiology of like messing with your tongue. Like that's absolutely true. Like you can. It's like a physical training just as much as it is a mental one.
It's like where you place your tongue naturally is totally different from British and American. And just certain words you get a hang for saying other ways. And I think the reason why British people tend to, at least I think we think that British people can do American accents better.
I think you can.
We have a lot of American media, right? Like we don't British stuff isn't as common. There is a lot of British stuff, but I think that's why.
No, that's fair. That's fair.
I grew up with Ed and Eddie and all those cartoons,
oh my God,
right?
Yes.
So always from a young age, everything I'm consuming is American.
Yeah.
And then I think, why don't we have Jawbreakers?
You
I
don't?
think it's in the name. I think it's in the name. Why you
Yeah,
probably
yeah,
don't
right.
have it.
I think I did have one. It was terrible.
They're awful. They are
Tangent,
not.
tangent,
They are
tangent.
not. They are not. They are not what you want. But yeah, like, no, it was an absolute pleasure
Yeah, it
to
was such fun.
to have you in. But you know, before we kind of get into really, because we want to really kind of show you guys what this game is all about, like, not just talk about it, but show you. But before we do that, I actually have one other sneaky little surprise up my sleeve that nobody saw coming just yet. Because my friends, you know, Luminous Avenger X is coming out on January 27th on all the platforms. Your PlayStations, your Xboxes, your Switch, not Switches, your Switch, Steam, all that good stuff. And it is also, dear friends, going forever physical. That is right. Our friends at Limited Run Games, once again, are bringing you some physical Gunvolt goodness.
Ooh.
Boom! There it is.
Looking
It
good.
is.
Okay, that's kind of sick.
It is
pretty cool.
It is happening. We are getting a physical release of Luminous Avenger X2 from Limited Run Games.
That's amazing.
That is pre-orders open up from Limited Run January 25th, a few days before the release of the digital. We're going to have those physicals on Switch and PS4. It's going to have the English and the Japanese voice acting baked in there, ready to rock and roll. Also is going to come pre-packed with the Kohaku Otori boss fight that we showcased on our last stream. That is going to be packed into the game as well. But guys, it wouldn't be a limited run release if it didn't have a Fancy Pants Collector's Edition.
Oh.
No.
Gotta get that Fancy Pants Collector's Edition. Let's show that Fancy Pants Collector's Edition. Where is it? I'm gonna keep moving my hands until I see it. Collector's, dang, there it is. Yes, 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 yes.
That's huge. That's a lot of stuff.
So the limited run collector's edition comes, of course, with the game, obviously. The complete soundtrack with both, not just like the background tracks, but also all of the Lola vocal tracks. All of those bangers.
That's a value. Right?
If you want to hear those bangers, they're all up on our YouTube channel so far. Listen to them. They are so good. You got art cards of all of the characters, including you.
Now I have to buy it.
All the boss characters, all the main characters, and our friend Ypsilon, who we may get to cross paths with again. And of course, my favorite part of this, the Lolapod keychain. The Lolapod keychain, you can take your little Lolabot, because you saw Lola, she's like, she's
Yeah, I
an
did, I saw
anime
the bot.
girl, right?
Right.
That's how she normally is.
Oh, really? Oh, right.
She's
God,
like
I
the
forgot
little,
robots,
she's
yeah.
like the little pod. She's kind of floats around, super cute. You can
Have a pod protecting you.
exactly.
Like daily life.
Exactly. You can have your own little Lolapod as your traveling companion. Start up all your cars, all your whatever gadgets you got. Start them off with everyone's favorite, Robo-chan, Lola herself. January 25th. Get those pre-orders in. I'm so glad we could finally talk about this
That's
too.
pretty
Like,
cool.
It's a lot to just release.
yeah.
in
The
the world
previous
today.
game didn't have a physical release.
it did, but
Oh.
we didn't have a Fancy Pants collector.
I mean, the
quite
collector's edition
this.
is like-
This is the good stuff.
Yeah, that's
This is
pretty
like-
cool.
We're dialing up another level for Luminous Avenger X2. So I'm very excited for you guys to be able to get your hands on this. This is the only release of the game with English packaging and ESRB on it too. So make sure that it matches up with your region and your language, whatever you like. Get that good stuff. Yeah, I'm happy. Physical, I love.
Congratulations, that's amazing.
Yeah, thanks, man. Like, we've had a lot of awesome releases with Limited Run over the years. They always do a fantastic job on all of our collector's editions.
Oh yeah.
Like the Blaster Master Zero ones we did, like metal tank figures, all kinds of cool stuff.
so
They
cool.
they
Very
crush
cool.
it every time. So it was, I'm very excited for you guys to be able to get your hands on a physical edition of Luminous Avenger X2, January 25th. That is happening. We did it. We made the announcements, guys.
Hell yeah.
English
Well, we
voices
made
out
it.
in the wild, limited runs
Yeah.
out in the wild. Feels good.
Yeah, we've been sitting on all this for a long time.
Oh my god, so long, so freaking long.
Yeah.
We've been sitting on this, but I think now we got all the announcements out. It's all good. I think it's about time we kick back and play some video games. What do you think? How's that sound, gentlemen?
I'm
Some
down.
video
I'm-
games. You down to clown
I'm
with
down
some
to
video
game.
games?
Always ready for video games.
Well, especially because there's a lot of new faces in here, and like, once again, thank you guys for hanging out with us today. We figure, since we're talking about Luminous Avenger X2, what better thing to start it off with with the introduction stage of the game. Now, this is the retail version of the game. This is what you're gonna see when the game comes out. And you up for the challenge?
Let's do it. I'm not making a fool of
Mr.
myself.
Connor Dog voice actor.
Let's do it.
Fine.
I'm known to be a gamer, so hopefully I can show my skills today on the stream.
Fan-freaking-tastic. All right, well, so then what we're going to do, we are going to switch over to the Switch.
Oh.
There we go.
Oh, I have the controller now, right?
You
So
do. You are ready to go several months later.
There it is. Breathe.
Oh, it's so nice to hear it in English on the stream for the first time.
Strange world.
Oh,
All
man.
told us.
I'm
We
known
should be
for
able to
skipping
find a
every
way
single
back to
cutscene,
Hogwarts.
but it's taken a lot of willpower not to
really
do
is
that,
this.
right?
You know, let
I want to hear the voice
Yeah,
acting.
yeah.
Getting there is gonna be a pain in the butt. Sounds like there are tons of obstacles out there waiting for us.
I am one of those obstacles.
That's exactly what
Isn't that amazing? I am an obstacle. That's
is
great.
true.
It's talking about me.
You can't just roll around.
Yeah, that's the truth.
you're just gonna have to
Okay.
rip and tear and slam through all,
Right.
all the Connor bots that are in the way trying to stop
So-
you.
Oh,
from-
do I have like minions as well?
I mean, you can.
Oh my god. Alright, so now I need to not mess this up.
Looks like you got roughed up right good.
The bot can change as well.
Look how cute she is. She's just this little...
Listen up, boss.
So you can heal at any point in this game, you were telling me earlier, right? So okay, but
We'll annihilate you.
You get two different.
What are you annihilating, Connor?
wait, why I can use it any time? Wait, what did I do? Wait, was I supposed to heal? Oh, they did tell me to heal. I'm done. Okay, I already messed up. That's fine though.
But see, she knew that was going to
knew.
happen.
Right.
Let's do some healing this time.
Okay. My bad.
There you go.
There's like a cooldown on that ultimate, or is my ultimate gone?
The,
now?
the ultimate is on a cooldown.
Okay, okay.
You're getting better at using healing.
You are on a cooldown. You're good there.
I can activate healing whenever.
Okay, so no matter, so if you're like a massive noob, you can spam
There,
it.
she said it right there. Wherever, whenever, and how many times you need.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, feel free, heal up and take your time. All
So I
good.
can heal at literally any.
Yep.
Boom. There it
Heal
is. Just
myself
like that.
route.
Even at full life, you could absolutely heal.
Okay, well that's good.
Boom. Rip and tear, baby.
Alright,
The destruction is pretty.
Excellent.
I feel like an optimized strat playing this game, obviously not running into the enemies like that.
Well, if you do like the dash tackle into them, you
I think
that
that's
actually is good. Walking into them, not so much. That is fine.
Knock him back.
Yeah, so there's kind of two major ways you can do this. As you're doing it now, staying on the ground, doing your triple combo, or what you just did right there, when you do the air dash, you lock onto them and then you get like the homing shots with your razor wheel.
That felt good. I didn't do anything. I just jumped in the air and then I couldn't hit it. It was good. Oh, I can really hold that as well.
Yeah.
Take this guy.
Yeah,
to,
you can kind
to
of.
the ground.
It's you know, it can take a minute to kind of get a feel. But I feel like once you
Your health is crazy low. Be careful.
I need to heal as well, right?
Yeah.
Okay, unfortunately I have to heal.
Oh, you go ahead and do that. Boom, and you're good.
Homing shots are super powerful. So make sure you lock on and let it fly.
Oh, that's good. That lock-on thing was so nice. Feels like I'm cheating. So nice.
That's a Gunvolt staple.
You're right,
Yeah.
that's so good.
Yeah.
Fully charged.
Oh, so now I can ultimate now?
Yeah, you can ultimate now. Yep.
You keep jumping. You'll scale that thing in no
So if I
time.
hold it, we've got. Okay, that's spam it.
Yep.
That's
Pick up that wall.
good. Alright.
Yeah, Copen, compared to how he is, for anyone who's ever played Luminous Avenger X1, Copen has a lot more ground stability this time around. He's a lot more tougher on the ground than he used to be.
Oh, is it sort of like kind of dodgy?
Yeah, Copen was a bit more, he was a bit more aerial in the last game, but he had way less power on the ground.
Oh, wow.
Oh, you figured out the pinball.
Oh, that's cool. So I can just keep doing this infinitely?
So whenever you bounce off the terrain, so you have like one air dash, right?
Right.
So when that's why it says like empty after you do an air dash.
Oh.
Now, but if you collide with the terrain, you'll kind of
Yeah.
bounce off it and you can keep going.
Like, oh, okay. No. So if I collide through this.
We have to collide at an angle.
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
an angle?
Thank
Okay.
you for
You'll keep
that
going
very
in,
important part.
in the
but yeah,
opposite angle.
that's why you could kind of like pinball up like you did before.
Okay, that's Alright, so only at an angle. Okay. Oh, I spent all
that.
That's what the game told me to do.
Yeah, the hover will turn on naturally, and then if you want to turn it off, you just hit the jump button again. Yeah,
It'd be really useful in this one since you only have the one air dash. Like before, you could air dash like 3 times. So
Yeah.
now you really want to use the hover a lot to control yourself.
Something over there.
Is that a collectible that I've just missed?
I mean,
No!
if you really want it,
Okay, I'll
if
get
you
it, I'll
really
get it.
want it.
Ooh, a bonus emblem. Man, the music is so fun too. I thought there would be a flaw there.
You just hit
That's
a checkpoint. It's okay.
Nah, you just got a checkpoint. You were good. You know, it wouldn't.
not
it
the
would-
pro gamer I had in mind.
Honestly,
watch out for that
dude,
pit.
it would not be a first Luminous Avenger experience if you didn't fall into a pit.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a classic.
You are on pace. That's
Okay. Not gonna fall down that hole.
it's part of the ritual. Yeah, it's part of your initiation into the Luminous Avenger X
Okay.
world.
I'm just scared of any flaw now. That is not immediately visible. Alright, so you won't hold down. Okay.
I think they're not that mean to put one where you can't see it.
Nah, I just have ordered the game design about that.
I'm just a lowly localization producer guy.
Oh, I forgot that this is fun. Will I die if I stay in this quicksand for too long?
I think so.
You think so?
It takes a hot minute, but yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think so. You'll
Yeah,
probably be
if
okay.
you decide to like take a nap there, yeah, you may have a bad time, but yeah, that
The classic Copen gameplay.
I love sand. I love quicksand.
Yeah.
It slows me down.
Destroy that hexagram. Next area.
like chat. What do you guys think of? What do you guys think of the voices so far?
Yeah,
I'm very
it's
curious.
very curious.
I think they like Alejandro and Cassandra. They just sound like a natural
right.
fit. Like it doesn't. Even if you're used to like the Japanese voices that have been around for a couple years, like it doesn't sound out of place at all. I think they really did an amazing job.
I mean, it sounds just like what you come to expect,
These are
right?
workers' remains.
Yeah, the
Worker
quality
gatekeeper.
very
Left here to rust.
This is one of the, was like tutorial bosses this? Was like the first introduction?
Yeah, you
kind
could
of
say
thing?
that. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
What the?
Andy is not quite.
He's got a large health bar. Okay, I mean, okay, that's the, okay, that, you can spam that as much as you want. Alright.
He is not here to play.
I have the no down. I can hit it.
Yeah.
Okay, like that.
the lock on top to go through the shield.
Yeah. As long as that little like pink X is on him, your lock on shots are enabled.
Oh, so what is, how do I fly now then?
Just hold down the button, that's all.
If you can hold down the shoot button, you'll just keep firing. the
Oh,
ultimate
really?
shot. Yep, you can hold it
I
down.
can fire it now? Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay. I can get a bigger circle than that.
If you do like the combo attack,
Right,
but he's
right.
got the shield, so it's maybe not super effective against him.
Okay. Oh, so one, okay, so he's more than one health bar.
Kind of like a classic Gunvolt formula. You know, the boss's health is kind of in like 3 stages.
Right.
So you're on stage 2 right now.
Can I aim with, okay.
Yeah, you can air dash in 8 directions.
Okay.
Actually, no. 6 directions. You can't dash straight up and down. You can't do straight up and down. But yeah, 6 directions.
Yeah, diagonal up and down or straight left and right.
Oh. There.
Oh, I lost it. Oh, because they're
Yeah, next phase. You got this. You got this.
Oh, hold on, yeah, let me do this.
We're gonna find out.
Will this kill him? So this is like your ultimate move that you get every now and then.
Yeah. It's great for finishing off bosses, clearing up.
Oh no!
Really?
So close. All right, come on, man. You got this.
I got it.
Finish him off.
He's using me as a base for the
Oh,
God.
well
Okay.
done, sir. Excellent.
Could have been more gamer there, but I'll take that. That'll do.
No, you did great, dude. All right, well done. So let's go ahead and pass that control off to Andrew real quick, and we're gonna switch back just for a second. Andrew's gonna load up some other goodies. What'd you think? How'd it
Yeah,
feel?
that's fine. I mean, it's just a nice, clean 2D side-scroll fight. Not side-scroll, fighting game. Fight. Oh my god, my brain is
hyped up.
not functioning.
But yeah, you got a B rank. That's pretty for a first timer. That's
Is it good?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
That is quite solid. Not too shabs at all, man. Not too shabs at all.
Hopefully we'll get an S rank next time. Don't know if that'll happen though. So you lose points for healing?
Yeah, so if you want to go if you want to get like the super high scores and really get, super pro gamer strat scores, the goal is because every time you hit a checkpoint or use healing or anything like that, it'll kind of bank your score and start you back to 0.
Right.
So if you want to get absolute max score, you go through the whole level, no checkpoints,
So no hit run.
no healing, no skills.
All right.
Just old school tough.
That's gonna be tough. I'll try and get A rank.
But that's the beauty of Gunvolt, though. It's all up to you. If you want to.
Just don't get hit, right? Just don't get hit. Just don't get hit.
It's been done, believe it or not.
I know. I
It's been
believe
done.
it. I believe it.
It has been done.
Yeah.
All right, so it looks like, Andrew, we're ready over here.
Yeah.
All right, so we are going to switch back to the Switch.
Ooh.
Oh,
All right.
this looks like a pretty spicy stage. I wonder whose stage this
Who
could
might
be.
recognize this one?
I wonder whose stage this could be.
a
The volcano, the hot magma. I am very excited to meet Mr. Daysite
Me too.
in the game. This will be your first time seeing this in person. You have not
it
seen
is.
this yet.
I've not seen anything.
Oh, true.
Yeah.
Your movement is so clean. You can tell you played this so much. Like, you know the exact range of your weapons as well. This is so cool.
That's what they pay me for. Actually,
All right. Oh, so you gotta get out of here, but of course you can just keep doing that.
Yeah.
So.
Like, as long as you, in like those narrow corridors, you can just go.
Right.
As long as you hold the button. It's so satisfying. That's like my
It's
favorite thing to
cool.
do as Copen. Is just be Pinball Coon and just go. Just go and do the thing.
It's really
I love
good
it.
when I love games that give you more movement than is necessary. It's like, all right,
Oh, 100%, 100%.
Figure out like how you want to get around.
Copen is, I think, definitely personifies more movement than necessary.
Yeah.
But yeah, so he just hit the checkpoint. Now you notice his score just went up a bunch.
Oh, yeah.
So he just banked his score, and now he's like, it's called kudos. That's like
right.
your point system. Now it's back to 0. Now he's got 10 now. But yeah.
So the lava's chasing you, you have to throw these dead. But of course, you're stupid people. Lava doesn't even. Oh yeah, actually,
Lava ain't nothing. Lava is
I spoke too soon.
is of no consequence to Mr. Copen here.
Oh, there's lava. I didn't even know.
A little hot in here, but yeah, whatevs. No problem. Do you like fire type characters?
I do. I remember when I was doing some lines with Daysite, he was kind of laid back, but he was willing to get angry. If he wanted to.
He's because Daysite, just to give a quick bit of context here, like you're in the parallel world where only robots exist, as Max so delightfully put it in the trailer. You're in this gigantic tower,
Right.
called the Grave Pillar.
Okay.
And the bosses who guard the tower are called the Gravekeepers, of which Daysite is one of them. And Daysite is kind of like, he's like the grizzled veteran of the group.
Okay.
He's the most experienced, he's the most battle hardened.
Yeah.
Kind
I
of
love
just
that.
like, he's that grizzled veteran who's maybe he's like, you know what,
I don't care.
he's kind of done, but maybe
Yeah.
also not kind of done.
Okay.
so he was a bit over the whole thing.
Yeah.
Until he met
right.
Copen.
I remember we spoke about this.
Yes,
A little bit when we were doing voices.
yes.
I like that though. That's like me in real life. I'm just like so over it. I'm like, let's just play games.
Until this Luminous Avenger comes knocking on your door
Yeah,
and wants to
right.
start some stuff with you.
Yeah.
You ready for this?
Yeah.
You
So
ready?
is this the entrance to my fight?
You're making quite a racket, aren't you? It's been dozens, hundreds of years. I'm not sure who started calling this place the Grave Pillar,
Oh, that's so cool.
but why not treat
love
the
the filter
dead
you
with
put
some
on.
respect and keep it down a little?
We have no intention of fighting. Just hand over the key to the barrier, and we'll be on our way.
Your request is denied. If you try to make off with the contents of this tower, that makes you grave robbers. My mission is to rid this place of such thieves. As workers, our purpose is to fulfill our mission by any means necessary. I, Daysite, shall obliterate you with every last bit of firepower I have. On guard, grave robbers!
Chill.
Deep skeleton.
Oh, I love it. I love it. How'd that feel?
That was cool. That was pretty awesome.
I love it.
Oh my god, I got hands too. I'm done. Oh!
He's a punchy boy.
So he punches mainly?
Got fiery knives. This is a surreal feeling.
People get nervous.
You can too.
Yeah, you got the.
Oh, making him sweat a little bit.
Alright.
There you go. There you go.
Oh, what? Yo, that's so... I keep to stay in like one corner of the stage. That's so cool.
Toasty feet. Toasty feet. Got the toasty feet. I got the blue fire going on.
There was an attempt to avoid
This boss fight's so cool. That's so cool because you can't use the walls at all.
No, no.
Yeah, no, doing these without getting hit is really tough.
I love that rising fire move. It's so good.
Ready
Yeah,
for
that
that?
Armageddon ray was awesome.
Ready for
Destroy
this?
me, destroy me.
Limiters off.
You'd like that.
Pepperoni, sister.
It's okay, I had to have it, sorry.
That burned me out.
Pour one out for our homie Connor.
Rest in pepperoni.
Pour one out for our
I'm
homie.
dead.
Straight cut in two.
That was such a cool boss fight, though.
Yeah,
That
what'd
was
you
so
think, man? Like, what?
I didn't know what it was going to be because I would just shout
Yeah.
things. But that was awesome. That was so cool. Damn, the animations in that fight was so cool as well. I love the Armageddon ray. That was such a cool concept for a fight. Make you stick to one corner of the wall.
But it's
That's so
hard
cool.
too,
Yeah.
because like it looks like there's more space than there actually
Yeah.
is. So like it's really hard to.
Right, you can't just go off screen. You,
No,
you have to stick in that one
yeah,
area.
you really,
That's
really
so
do.
cool.
So you singed his tootsies a bit. As
Yeah,
he,
yeah. I mean, obviously we failed,
Yeah,
but you know, you just gave me a good fight. I think.
Yeah.
My God, that's awesome. That's so cool.
But yeah, like man, it's been just so awesome to finally be able to show all this
Yeah.
off and like, yeah, Dayside, he's such a bona fide badass. You know, yeah, Copen. You know, if he didn't have healing, you would have had him.
If I could use a
done.
full restore in this fight, as
Right.
well, I'm sure,
Right?
I'm sure I would
Exactly.
I'd run there, you know?
My
Exactly.
max elixir.
Exactly, man. But yeah, it's man. Like I said, we've been sitting on this for so long. It's been months since we recorded this, and now it's like, I don't know, man. Like any final thoughts to share on just.
Man, I'm just blown away. Because I didn't. The only thing I saw from Dayside was just a picture and some voice lines.
Yeah.
You know, that's the cool thing about games is that you don't know what it's going to be when you're doing the lines, but seeing it come to life, it's pretty cool. It is really cool.
Yeah.
I always love it. Like, I always love doing voice acting for this.
Sure, yeah,
reason.
no,
Like,
it's great.
When you
It's-
see it come to life and you feel like, oh, right, okay, the idea I had in my head, yeah, it works on the thing. It's so cool.
Like, did you have like kind of like a mindset going in with like because you saw the picture of Dayside before you did
Right.
the lines and like did you kind of have an imagination of how he was going to be or how this was going to be or like?
Honestly, no. It's one of those things where you kind of, when we were recording the lines and you're working with the direction that you're given, you're kind of getting a mold of the character in your head. So you're kind of figuring out why you're doing your lines. So yeah, it was really fun. And I remember doing a lot of screaming. A lot of big screams.
There was a bit of that. That's amazing because like I listened to that and I think you nailed it. Like
Thank you.
all the stuff that so we wrote those lines and like we had it's kind of the same for us too because we write in English from the Japanese
any
without
English
seeing the whole
words you
picture.
see are written by me or him.
Yeah.
Yeah, so,
So
like,
it's-
just putting that voice to those words, like, that was incredible.
I think
everything
it
did a
helps
great
when it's a
job.
character that's like fun, right? Like
Yeah, definitely.
I can, again, unfortunately, I can identify with the lazy aspect of this. So it's like, I'm done, I'm tired, come on. Do we have to fight? Do you really want to?
Yeah, no, really nailed it.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, but there's like this sweet harmony as someone who does the localization, and then you bring the voice to it.
Yeah,
Because like I said, this is the first time we've ever had English voice acting on any game that we worked on. And so, like, it just hits different.
It does hit different. That's
It
true.
does.
That's
It
true.
absolutely hit, because we have amazing Japanese voice talent in our games. Don't get me wrong, but like, there's just something about it when you create the script and you create the words in English, and then to have awesome people like you and Alejandro and Cassandra and all these amazing people delivering that thing that you do so well. And it's like you combine like these two awesome things that people do well into one even greater thing.
Right.
That's what I love about it.
Hell yeah. Now, I just want to see clips of people dying to this right now. I'm getting really angry.
Just getting
It shows
absolutely
the body
dumped
I
on.
really want to see someone like just break their controller in half. That's what I want. That's what will make me more happy.
Well, there is Gunvolt. Like I said, people of all skill levels tend to enjoy the Gunvolt game. So I definitely think Daysight's going to have some wins under his belt.
I'm like, stop healing! What are you doing?
On the
Stop
grand
that.
scale of things, when all is said and done. So, it's what more can I say? This has been an absolutely amazing time. Like, I'm so glad you could come on and just share this with us. And it was so great having you on today, man. It was a lot of fun. We'd be happy to have you back again sometime in the future, man. Like, chat. I hope you guys enjoyed what you saw from the game. Connor's epic performance as Daysight, and I really hope you guys enjoy Luminous Avenger X2 when it comes out. January 27th. Not much longer to go.
I'm excited.
Nintendo Switch,
Pick up a collector's
PlayStation
edition.
4, 5, Xbox One, Series S, Series X. That's all of them, right? Yes.
The Ouya,
PC
the
Steam.
Ouya.
The Ouya, the Roku, the Virtual Boy, Atari Lynx. We got all the systems covered, and of course Steam as well.
Yeah.
So January 27th, limited run version. That sweet physical goodness. Pre-orders open up January 25th for PlayStation 4 and Nintendo Switch. Standard Edition, Fancy Pants Collector's Edition. It's all there, all ready to rock and roll for you guys. That's
Get your collector's edition. Grab it.
you can frame that
Daysight.
Daysight. Stare at him longingly as you do your jobs throughout the day.
I hope one day in future, when conventions are a normal thing again, that someone will come up to me and be like, I don't know who you are, but I like you in Daysight. I'll be like, great,
Right.
let me sign that.
Make it happen,
that
people.
card.
Make it happen.
That'd be fun.
You've heard this man's wish. Make it come true.
Make it happen.
Thank you.
All right, gang. Well, that's going to be it for the stream. Connor, once again, thank you so much
thank you
for
for having
joining
me.
us.
Thank
It's
you.
an absolute pleasure. And Andrew and I will be back here 2 weeks from now for the last stream of 2021. The Christmas
Already?
edition, I guess.
Oh,
What
man.
the heck? What is time anymore? I don't even know what time is anymore, but
Yeah.
it'll be time for Luminous Avenger X2
Always.
before you
Yeah,
know it.
soon.
So, Andrew, thank you for today. Connor,
Thank you for
thank you
killing me,
for
Andrew. I
today.
appreciate it. Schooling on me, giving me
give me a good fight.
I made him heal twice. I mean, I'll take it.
Yeah, 2 heals, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
For a seasoned player, that's good. All right, gang. Well, again, thank you so much for joining us. We hope to see you on the next episode of Hangin at Inti HQ. And until next time, be well, be safe, and we'll see you again in 2 weeks. Good night. Bye-bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.